Hello everyone, what's good, what's poppin'? It's your girl Caroline, that's me, and welcome to another hair video, hair tutorial, whatever. We're just gonna install a wig, okay? Yeah, that's what we're doing. So today is going to be a start to finish wig install. So I'm gonna take y'all through the whole process. The wig we're gonna be installing today is this wig sent to me by Hermosa Hair, and a little unboxing for y'all. They sent me is their chocolate brown. So the chocolate brown wig, it is a 13 by 4, 200% density, 26 inches body wave bow. And here's how she's looking. So it's a chocolate brown color, dyed by them, a number 4. It is a 13 by 4 frontal. So let's see. You got good deep parting in the middle, but not that much on the side, which kind of sucks because I really want to do a side part, but we'll see, This is their 200% density, and I can say, ooh, it is a very full frontal. Like, I feel like I'm gonna be plucking for a minute with this one, but the hair itself is very full. But okay, this lace, not gonna lie to you, it's looking it's a little greenish tinty. I hate sometimes with wigs, they come in this like certain tint. It's like not a brown or clear. It's like a greenish brown color. I don't know, but hopefully some lace tinting can take care of that. So how the start to finish goes, I'm gonna take y'all detailed in depth through the whole wig. Like, y'all gonna be installing the wig with me. Since this hair is already a brown color, I do not have to bleach the knots or anything, because honestly I only bleach the knots if it's like a black wig. Whenever it's a colored wig, I don't really bother to. You can if you want, but I feel like that's just extra work, you know. But if you want to really go for that scalp color, then you can definitely go ahead and bleach your knots. But with colored hair, I feel like I don't worry too much about that. So what we have to do for prep really is just pluck the frontal. And here's a shot of it. You can see it's quite thick, so we're gonna be plucking for a minute. But let's get into our plucking. It's currently 8 o'clock, and I feel like I want to time myself, because I'm such a scattered brain ADHD. Like, I literally have ADHD, so I'm always like letting my mind go off somewhere, so I have to like time myself to help me stay focused on tasks. So I want to be done with this whole install, give myself 4 hours. I hope that's enough. I feel like that's a bit bold of me, but I feel like at the same time I should be able to do it. So I'm gonna give myself 4 hours, so by 12 I should be done. So let's see. Got me a little beverage and a snack. You're gonna get your beverage and a snack too, girl, because it's gonna be a long one. Let's get into the plucking. All right, got our canvas head, nice and sturdy. And what I like to do is I like to get the tissue paper that comes with the wig. I like to get that and just fold it. It's a nice little square, whatever. Place it over my canvas head. And I put my wig over. And this just helps me see the knots a lot better. Plucking over something white just makes the knots more visible. I'm trying to get this wig on. Come on, girl. Oh my God. And then I'm just gonna pin everything down with these T-pins. So let's talk about tools. Let's talk about the tools. So I'm gonna be using this tweezer right here. This is a Revlon Men Series tweezer, and I only use this tweezer. This is my holy grail. It's a slant tip tweezer. I get mine from Target or Walmart, just whenever who has them in stock, but I believe they have this on Amazon as well. It's important to use a slant tip tweezer, and the type of tweezer you use also can affect your plucking. So that's why I just stick to this one. Kind of this one works best for me. So maybe if your plucking isn't coming out the best, probably try different tweezers. You want something that's gonna have a really good sturdy grip. Like, how I tested it is, if I can't pull like my arm hair with it, then it's a weak tweezer. But at the same time, you can't have a tweezer that's too sharp, because you can poke holes into it. Yeah. So to start, I like to part the hair down in the middle. This just helps me, you know where the middle of the wig is. Because one thing you don't want to do is pluck in the middle, because now your middle part's gonna look weird and have a bald spot. So I like to always part in the middle. I do this no matter what part I'm doing. I'm doing a side part, half up, half down. I always part in the middle when I'm plucking because I feel like it's the middle part that honestly gets the most messed up if you pluck it. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start off with this side. So I'm gonna push that off to the side over there. Get your hot comb real nice and hot, and we're gonna press this hairline back, all that hair back. Press it. So when I start plucking, I like to pull out the front piece of hair. Usually it's the hair that's already like parted out, or not parted out, but like you can tell it's been slightly plucked out for you. I like to pull that out because I always start plucking behind the hairline. I save that part for last. And I realized doing this kind of helps me make less bald spots. Just gonna pull that down. Go ahead again and push all this back. You gotta push it back because you gotta see what you're doing. All right, cool. Let me get in a good gripping position. Make sure you got a good grip on the wig. Like you're putting the wig in a headlock, whatever helps you get a good grip of pulling that hair back. And then with my tweezers pointing, the slant pointing towards you guys forward, I take the tweezer and I go in a dragging back motion, right? I'm not going up like this, like I'm plucking a chin hair. I'm dragging back, you know, like, So I'm pulling backwards, not upwards. And when I pluck, I'm trying to pull the hair from the root. So I pull back, right? And I pluck, skip a place, pluck, skip a place, and so forth. And I make sure I'm not plucking in the same spot. I'm trying to create like little tiny hairline-like gaps between the hairs. Like I said, getting a good grip is really important. Once I've plucked the front, I take my tweezer even further back and do the same thing. So I'm not plucking in the same area. And you better make sure you're seeing those knots come up with the hair. With this hair, it's super thick. I gotta make sure I'm really going back into that hairline because it's really thick back here. Sometimes if I can't get a good grip of the knots in the back from just doing it like this, I'll part out the hair some more to where I really need to thin out. And I'll do the same thing. All right, now we're gonna push everything back to see how we're looking. Okay, now with the hair all pulled up again, I'm gonna pluck in the front, but just a little bit, just to clean it up and create gaps where I feel like it needs them. And I'm also gonna go back into the hairline as well. You see that? Bow. Same thing on this side. See, there are pros and cons to having a thick frontal. The pro is that, I mean, the con of having one, right, is you gotta spend some time really plucking, like, ooh. And you probably won't even be able to pluck it all the way on your first try. But the pro with having it thick means that it will probably last you a lot longer because it has more hair on it, you know? And if you poke some holes, that's okay, because I poke some holes into my wigs. My lasers too. Happens to the best of us, babes. Okay, I feel like that's good enough before I start to get freaking arthritis in my hand. Okay, before I start making bald spots now. Okay, cool. You see that? Plot. But here's a little, you know, before, real thick. After, it's giving coming out your hairline. Yeah. Yeah. Now I'm gonna do the other side off camera because this took me a minute. That took about 30 minutes, so it's probably gonna take me another 30 minutes. Dang, a whole hour? Usually takes me like 30 to 45 minutes to pluck a typical frontal. So that's how you know this is thick. I'm gonna do the other side and come back to y'all, okay? Okay, now the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fix this lace situation, get it to match my skin tone a bit more. I'm gonna use this e.l.f. concealer. It's the 16-hour camo concealer in matte. These are $7 and they are bomb. I prefer using like cheaper makeup for my wig, but these are actually also really good for my face. I'm obsessed with these. But the one that matches my shade the most is Cinnamon Deep. And a hack for those of you, if your lace is darker than your skin, like it's a very dark lace, you don't want to use something that's like your exact shade match. You might want to go on something a little bit lighter, like a little bit, so that way you know you're lightening up the dark lace. But this is not dark, it's just like not my color at all, but it's not dark. So yeah, let's see if it's gonna help us out. So we are 1 hour into our wig install, and that was because the plucking took us a minute. That's why I like doing closures, honestly. Like closures, plucking takes me 30 minutes, sometimes even 15, like, because you know there's just less lace to work with. Frontals, especially when it's a thick one, take a minute. Sometimes I'll even put like on top of the lace too. I just want to make sure I got that color everywhere. You can see, like, you see that more? Yeah, like that matches me a lot more. Yeah, good. I literally just wear my wig caps just to protect my braids. I don't do it because of bald cap method or anything. So when I wear my wig caps, I like to make sure I'm pushing them. My headphones are gonna fall off. I'm pushing the wig cap real nice and far back, so like the lace is not gonna show. I also try to make sure I'm like, when I'm sliding it back, I'm pushing back my hair with it in this movement. So yeah, my wig caps usually sit about back there. Make sure you always use these elastic bands that come with your wig. So just make sure your wig is nice and tight to really fit securely around your head and to help it lay much flatter. These side tabs. So you gotta feel for your ear. My ear starts like down here, but I'm gonna feel for the top part of it. Like feel where the top of my ear starts. Like really feel for my ear. And she said section that piece out, and then what you want to do is like braid it or something. this wig is kind of like braided out. And then do the same thing on the other side. Make sure you're feeling for exactly where your ear, like the top, like feel for, like literally draw a part around your ear. And feel for it to make sure you're on your ear. She takes the wig off. Right, so you see this is where I sectioned off. So this is the part that I sectioned off that goes around my ear. And what she does, because you know, less is more, she says. So instead of cutting up here where the gap is, like where you might want to cut normally, you want to cut a little bit less to make sure you're getting it on your ear, because once you cut too much, you can't go back. So I'm gonna cut like my comb. So I'm gonna cut like back down in here. But let's see if that worked. Okay. Let me adjust it a bit. Yeah. And now, you know, if it's perfectly around our ear. I'm using this Ebin lace spray. This is a glueless spray, you know, in case y'all are wondering. It's a temporary hold, meaning it's not gonna, like, you can wear it overnight, probably for like 1 to 2, 3-ish nights if you're not too sweaty. But it's water resistant, not waterproof. So no, you can't go swimming in it. No, you can't put your bare hand in the shower in it without it sliding off. But I don't slip in my wigs, honestly, so this works for me. Cut my lace into sections to make it a little easier. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and spray. Make towards the edge of the lace, and I just use my finger, you know, spread all that product out. To help everything stick, I'm going with my very crusty and very melted blow dryer, Old Faithful. I'm gonna cool heat with this rat tail comb, and I'm pushing down the lace as I'm doing this. And as I'm doing this, I'm like using the comb to really push back into that hairline. Once I've noticed it's nice and stuck, I'm gonna use these little cuticle scissors, and I'm just gonna cut in like an up and down jagged motion, not like straight across. That just helps it lay more naturally in your hairline. I'm gonna go back with the same comb and push down the lace because it kind of lifts whenever you have to pick it up to cut it. And I'm just gonna gently try to comb out these sideburns and pull them down. Or side baby hairs, whatever you wanna call them. And we repeat. do, just to make sure everything sticks on the edge, I'm going to spray this right here, and I'm going to just place it on the edge of the lace everywhere and push it all down. Okay, so we're back. I just went ahead and put an elastic band on my lace to help make sure everything is dry before I proceed to swoop my baby hairs. I really want to do a side part. I feel like I've been doing a lot of middle parts, but there's not enough like lace to do a proper one, but I'm gonna try to finesse one. I have to do it up here because anything more down, it's gonna be too short. More of this mousse, and we're just gonna start carving out our part. And this mousse is gonna help push the hair. Oop. I'm gonna push these down. They're gonna be baby hairs later. Hot comb real hot and press. Ooh, ooh, it's so hot. Oh my God. I'm just gonna do that. Ooh, it's so hot, y'all. Ooh, y'all, I'm literally over here burning my head. Ah, so hot. It's because the lace is wet too from the mousse, so the steam. Beauty is pain, y'all. Okay, Lord, that's good enough for now. Because we're still going to be doing more of this later, so let me just stop for now. Okay, cool. We have a decent part going. Gonna spray some of this onto where I want the baby hairs to be, just to help hold everything in place the way that I want it. Okay, now this band has been on for like 30 minutes. I'm gonna take it off and we can proceed to swooping what will be our baby hairs. Use the slanted razor to help cut the baby hairs down. I like to cut them nice and slanted so it has like a, you know, it's really short and goes to long. A little snack to keep me motivated. Snack break, you know. It's been 2 hours so far. Wait, almost 3 hours, so yeah. I can't kill myself, you know. don't start judging me about this side, okay? I'm gonna come back to it towards the end. Sometimes I gotta let the baby hair sit and set under the band, and then I come back and tweak them. So don't start, let me know. I know it looks crazy. We'll fix it, okay? Okay, now let's do it outside. Okay, so we got like a rough gist of what the baby hair is gonna look like. I'm gonna go ahead and just lay them down for now so they can set in place for a bit. And I'm gonna, what's it called? Start styling the rest of the hair. Okay, for styling, since now I'm feeling very much tired, I'm gonna keep styling simple. Since this is body wave hair, I want to see how good it holds a curl. So I'm gonna curl it. I normally always cut layers, but I think I'm gonna keep it kind of one length this time. But I will trim the ends just a little bit. I want to keep the length. Let me stand up so y'all can see. This is 26 inches and it goes pretty down long on me, but I'm gonna cut it like right here. Probably like what, an inch and a half. I just like cutting the ends because I feel like the hair just looks so much thicker whenever I do that. And I'm gonna do that for here. Do the same thing on this side. I'm gonna use this, I believe it's a 1 1/3 curling iron. She's real thick. I'm gonna use that. So I'm just gonna use my good old faithful flat iron. She's never let me down. Flat iron, she can do it all. Besides crimp, can crimp, but I don't know. So I'm just gonna use this. This is a 1-inch flat iron. Remington, got this from Walmart, $19. Does the job as any old one, okay? Just waiting for it to heat up a bit. But this is my right side that I'm doing. So what I do is I get the flat iron, I clamp it onto the hair, and I want the curls to go to the back, and I'm just gonna wrap it around, right? Flip it upside down like so. So now it's upside down, and I just slide the hair. You can like slightly open it, or sometimes the hair just slides. But make sure I keep wrapping it around. I do this sometimes, whatever works. Just keep going until it's all the way through all the hair. Wrap it all the way back at the top. I hold it for a bit. Let the curls come down. I hold the curls in my hand. It's looking, you know, cool and form some body. And then, yep, there you go. Perfect curl. Bada bing, bada boom. As you can see, I'm getting a little cranky. Getting a little tired, but I'm almost there. It's not 12 o'clock yet. It's 11:46. So, you know, something. I don't know what that means, but something. this side is easier for me because my right hand is doing most of the work and I'm right-handed. So I just clamp it like before, twist it, flip the hair over it, and it's down. Kind of the same thing really. And I just, you know, keep wrapping and twisting it. Now, moment of truth. I hope I curled. I hate when I miss a piece. Moment of truth. Let's see how we're looking on everything. Ooh, that band was on tight. Just gonna run my fingers through these curls. Situation. But ooh, it's giving. Okay, let's fix the baby here. We'll get back to these curls. I'm gonna do, oh, it's now 12:14 in case y'all are wondering. So we are now approaching the 5-hour mark of this install marathon. All your donations will be very helpful. Oh well. And I'm gonna fix what needs to be fixed. See, now I can swoop it better since I gave it a moment to rest. Oh baby, it's giving. Yes. Yes, it's doing what it has to do. You know, I feel like the word giving, or when I say it, because I'm 24 right now, I'm turning 25 this year, July 1st, and I'm a Cancer. I feel like the word giving is becoming one of those words that's like, you know, dying. It's like one of those millennial words, like, you know, like if you say it, the Gen Z is like, oh yeah, she's such a millennial. Well, technically I'm not even a millennial. I'm part of the Gen Z squad because I was born in 1987, but I guess I'm more millennial because I'm like the cutoff. I'm literally the cutoff, I believe. Like, you know, like the word like slay, you know, like how like that's no longer a term we use anymore. I feel like giving, or maybe just me, maybe I just say like auntie, but oh y'all, look at the hair. Okay, I wasn't expecting it to look this good. I haven't even finished yet. Yes, love that for us. That concealer that I used to tint the lace, I'm just gonna tap a little bit of it, just a little bit, on the edges of the lace to give that ashy color out and bow. We're done. Well, I feel like the curls, this hair, as pretty as the hair is, it's not holding the curls as well as I wanted to. Like, y'all saw how voluminous the curls were. It's kind of like now dropped to this. So I'm gonna probably need to use a heavier hairspray, a heavier hold hairspray, but I don't have one of those. I just have a light hold hairspray. So this will have to do, I guess. But here we are at the finished look. Bow. The frontal is definitely giving frontal. About that, guys, my camera abruptly shut off while I was trying to record a outro, but here is the final look on my phone. Yes, it's an Instagram filter. Okay, it just makes everything look nice. Relax with that deep, guys, I promise. Okay, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope to see you in another one. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and peace out, Girl Scouts. Good